What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here, and I'm going to take a look at the upcoming So Rare slate starting on June 9th. It's going to be the Friday through Sunday slate, so just a three-gamer here. While you're coming in, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. Of course, you can start playing So Rare for free if you haven't yet signed up. When you sign up for So Rare, and the link is in the description of this video, when you sign up, they're going to give you a choice of several common cards and a salary cap. You have to choose your common cards within that salary cap, and then you can start playing for free on Sorare. If you don't, you want to just kind of dip your toes in, figure out what's going on here, you can play for free with those common cards and win limited cards that are actually worth some money. As you can see here, right at the top here, these are the common contests. You can see you can win 200 limited cards in this contest, 100 in the common all-star contest as well. Very cool to be able to get going for free and win prizes that normally you have to either pay for these limited cards or you can win them, as you see here, obviously in these contests. So very cool to be able to play for free and actually have a chance at winning prizes worth real money that you can sell on the secondary market. But now I'm going to talk about what we're looking at on this upcoming slate. And it's starting tomorrow, so if you watch this today on Thursday, the day that I'm recording it, maybe you can get a head start on as you're choosing your cards. Maybe hopefully this will be helpful in choosing your cards for you. So just taking a look at the upcoming slate, things that I'm most interested in. So I'm first going to look at bats, which stacks are in good spots, and I look first for, are there any teams that have 4 games on the slate? I don't think that there are. I couldn't find any that stood out to me. I don't know the best place to look for that, but I just kind of gave a quick glance at it. I didn't see any teams that I think have 4 games across these 3 days. Sometimes you get double headers in there, that could be helpful. I don't think we have that on this particular slate. Second thing that I always look for is this a Coors slate? Can we play teams that are played in Coors? And sure enough, we can on this one. We have the Padres at the Rockies. So that's obviously going to be the top place that I shouldn't say obviously, but generally, when you have a team, it's going to be the visiting team in Coors that I'm going to have the most interest in, because the Rockies, obviously the stadium is great. Playing in Coors Field at elevation is helpful. But then on top of that, the Rockies just have a not very good pitching staff. So generally, I'm going to want to play teams that are playing the away team playing in Coors. I mean, you could play Rockies bats too, but they're facing some better pitchers. Generally, we got Yu Darvish on Friday, so generally a tougher spot for Rockies bats as opposed to the visiting team. So just taking a look at so now we know the Padres are in Coors Field. So then you can go to the market, take a look at some manager sales right now. And it's easy to see just specifically if you just want to look at those Padres bats, you go down to current team. I'm going to choose Padres. And then we're going to sort by, I'm going to get rid of the pitchers. So I'm just going to check off every position other than the pitchers here. And then sorting by highest average score. And I'm only going to look at the limited cards. Obviously, it's going to show you every type, but just the limited contest, typically the one I'm playing here, is a little bit expensive to play. I like it when we have visiting teams that are not, powerhouse teams. The Padres a little bit expensive here. Fernando Tatis up at $112. Juan Soto $70. So to buy these Pods bats, it's not going to be cheap. Actually, Taesung, I mean, that's pretty cheap for a guy who plays just about every day for the Padres. Just $6.50 in Coors Field looks good. Jake Cronenworth under $6. So we actually have some cheap options here for the Pods. Manny Machado now is back playing $38. Not a bad deal there. So there are actually some. Xander Bogaerts only $13. All right, so we have some cheaper options on the Pods. But if you do want the full stack, you're gonna have to pay up for your Fernando Tatis, your Juan Soto. Those two are pretty expensive there. Of course, those are the top bats that you want, but you could just go with some of the cheaper bats and hope that they outperform. Tatis and Soto wouldn't be that shocking in an MLB slate. So I think that's the first place that I would like to go. If you're playing that common contest, you have the option of choosing some Padres cards. I think that is what I would opt to do if you have that choice. And I don't necessarily know that you will. I don't think they give you the choice of every card. I don't actually remember. I signed up, a couple months ago, and I didn't spend enough time choosing my cards in those common contests. So I'm kind of stuck with some not so great cards. I wish that I had realized the importance of that opening choice. But if you have the choice with some Padres cards, I think that that's a good place to jump in right now. We've also got Seattle in Los Angeles. That's a pretty good spot for bats. But as you can see here, the very first game, we got Luis Castillo versus Shohei Ohtani. Like, I don't really want to take any bats there. So probably not going to be a priority there for me. I was thinking maybe I could take some Brewers bats. We've got the A's, not generally a great pitching staff, and now they're in Milwaukee, where it's a better ballpark for bats. So I actually think the Brewers might be a spot that you can target here as well. That one sort of stands out to me. I don't know. I don't see anything else that like really stands out. Maybe the Braves, I guess, against Washington's pitching staff might look pretty good here. Um, yeah, those are some of the places that I think you can. Oh, and actually, I mean, this series also we do. I know Aaron Nola is pitching, I believe, on Saturday, but in general, I think in games in Philadelphia, Dodgers and Phillies both obviously strong bats. So if you have those bats, I don't think that's the worst place in the world. Let's see who else is pitching. We've got Michael Grove versus Ranger Suarez on Friday. Saturday, we're looking at Bobby Miller and Aaron Nola. And then Sunday, pitcher undecided for the Dodgers currently in Taiwan Walker. Yeah, I think you can target that game as well. So there are a few nice spots this weekend to target. So some choices for you, some options that I think are looking pretty good if you're wanting to play this weekend. And then, of course, we should look at pitching spots as well. Merrill Kelly right away jumps off. Merrill Kelly against the Dodgers. If you've got a Merrill Kelly card, I would use that. Maybe worth going out and buying one as well. Obviously, a great spot there. You can always play Garrett Cole. Not the best matchup with the Red Sox, but if you've got a Garrett Cole, obviously you can always play it. Don't love the spot for Sonny Gray against the Blue Jays. Again, you could play it if you've got the card. Like, I'm not gonna say it's wrong to play it, but it's not the best spot in the world there. Maybe Dylan Cease against Miami. Could consider it if you have the card. Obviously, you can play Shohei Ohtani, you can play Luis Castillo. They're just not in the best spots here, so I'd prefer to go somewhere else, just because it's not the best spot. But you can consider that. On Saturday, Michael Kopech up to 79 strikeouts. He's kind of had a renaissance year facing Miami, not the worst spot. You could consider playing Alcantara in Chicago. Andrew Abbott had a very nice MLB debut. I'm guessing he actually doesn't have any cards yet, so probably don't need to consider that. Maybe they released some since his last start. Probably not going to Evaldi or Taj Bradley. Probably not going to Aaron Nola against the Dodgers. You could, obviously. Again, some talent there, but not a great spot. And then on Sunday, yeah, you got Zach Gallen facing the Tigers. Looks pretty good as well. Anything else standing out here? You could play Gossman against my Twins. I hate to say it, but you could do it. It's not the worst spot in the world there. I have a Shane McClanahan card. I'll probably play it against the Rangers. It's kind of a middling spot, but probably willing to go there. Giolito again against Miami, not the worst spot. Yeah, so we've got pretty good options, both in terms of bats and pitchers on this slate across the board. So I think I am probably I might invest in some of these Padres cards. I'm undecided if I'm going to go ahead and do it. Otherwise, I do already have like some Dodgers cards that I might consider playing, some Phillies and some Brewers cards. So I think those are some of the teams that I'm considering here. If I don't decide to invest in some of these Padres cards, because it's very tempting. Padres in Colorado against that Colorado pitching staff. They not incredible so far this year, but I think they're going to turn it around at some point. They obviously have the talent, so I think it's coming for the Padres. That's probably where I would like to go this weekend if I have my choice of all the teams. But if you're playing the common contest or you just don't want to pay up for these prices, I think you could choose some of those other teams that I just highlighted, or you could just go to some of these cheaper bats for the Padres, obviously also in great spots, something I would consider. Anyway, that's going to be my approach to this weekend slate starting tomorrow, June 9th, just through Sunday. Should be a fun slate. Hopefully we can find some success this weekend. Again, if you use the link in the description, it would help us out a lot when you sign up for Sorare. That'll do it for this video. Good luck this weekend.